What is Rashad getting at here?
I think one player is going to win, or the other player is going to cast counterbalance.
Okay, let's see what happens. All right, well, we will find out exactly what is so awesome.
Wait, is there other cards in the sideboard we're missing?
All right, I don't get it. Okay, so welcome to the Round 3 feature match here at the Star City Games Open Series, the Legacy portion in Edison, New Jersey. I'm Gavin Verhey, joined here by my guest host, Ben Hayes, who's going to be commentating with us for a little while. On your right, James Rynkiewicz. James Rynkiewicz, currently 2-0 with a Bant counterbalance deck. Looks like he has like counterbalances, a Green Sun Zenith, Swords, Force of Will, Pride Mage, Brainstorm, Noble Hierarch, and of course Natural Order into Progenitus. On the other end is AJ Kerrian, probably 12 years old,
No,
and
9.
and he is playing a very complicated Storm combo deck. And he is playing very typical. It's got Lotus Petal, Orm's Chance, some silences, all the normal things. Rite of Flame, Brainstorm, Duress, Infernal Tutor, Dark Ritual, Burning Wish, Lion's Eye Diamond, Chromox, Ad Nauseam. But I heard rumors about this kid yesterday, and he's apparently really good. A bunch of people lost to him that I was talking to.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a sicko. I heard he was like playing at a local tournament, and he was just crushing everyone with the Storm deck.
Yeah.
And like doing really complicated math.
That's really impressive in my book.
Math way beyond what he's learning in school, probably.
A good old Magic. Wow. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. Yeah. I mean, the matchup looks kind of typical, but the players are certainly not. So on the left, we have Polluted Delta by AJ Kerrigan and Tropical Island by James. And a Gemstone Mine continues to set up his combo. You saw it, right? You saw it, right? You saw it. Oh, we go pen. And so he, let's see, so he cracks his Polluted Delta.
Oh my gosh,
look
how big the deck is in relation to him. This is his deck.
I think actually, like, this reminds me of when I started playing Magic. I think it's really cool that he's playing. Like, you can actually learn so much from Magic. Like, there's a lot of really great intuitive skills and like that you can learn from playing the game. And I think it's great that a player like this is playing in this tournament. He just has no fear coming in here. I heard he did well yesterday. I've heard this kid's name before, and I've seen people talking about, I lost to, like some kid or whatever, and this is the kid that keeps racking up all the wins. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him doing pretty well at this tournament.
Man, I want this kid to win.
Yes.
That'd be so cool.
So
Get out of here, James. Look at you.
So he
Fighting a little kid.
So he tutors up Volcanic Island.
Somebody called Dyfus, this guy.
And
It's the last thing we need is Billy Marino lookalikes.
All right, looks like we got some action from Kerrigan. Could this be at the end? You might have it right here. All right, looks like he's starting with Silence.
Yes.
That is a good one to start with.
That's the look of a champion.
And James is like, well, do I counter it? Do I not?
Oh, man. He wants to
would
say...
be so sick if he's bluffing and he doesn't have the combo. He's just
just
trying to get
baiting
a
a
force
force,
out.
yeah.
I hope that's what's happening.
Lotus Petal.
Did silence resolve?
Silence resolved.
Oh my god.
All right, so this might be it right here. Let's see.
That'd be it.
Dark Ritual.
Seamus might want to say an expletive right now, but it's not really appropriate because of the age of his opponent.
So, all right, so that's 3 spells so far this turn, and black in his mana pool. There's LED. We have Infernal Tutor. Let's see, so that's 4 spells. There's Burning Wish. She's going to crack the LED in response. So that's spell number 5 for the turn, and he currently has 5 mana floating.
Writing down his mana.
Yep. So he has 5 spells and 5 mana floating.
I wasn't writing down my mana at that age, but I was playing Magic.
He pulls out his deck box.
Do we know how old he is?
I think this is awesome.
Maybe he's like 65 and he just has the disorder that Benjamin Button has. You know, like.
All right. And so he gets Empty the Warrens, and he's identified his opponent. He led on Tropical Island. He is not afraid of anything. And Empty the Warrens for 12 Goblin tokens seems to be the course of action here. Yep.
So what outs does James have?
I am
I'm
looking
at his list. He could play a War Monk on 3.
Maybe that'll buy. Yeah, I think Warmonk will maybe buy him some
Think
time.
that races it?
Yeah. Other than that, it's I think he's got him.
No way to sweep those tokens. Is one of those tokens Jerry T?
Maybe they're all his older brother. I don't know. All right. So James is.
This is priceless.
All right. So here comes Tarmogoyf, which will take down one of those tokens and only drop James to 9. To counter on his opponent's Goyf. And it draws Duress to see what James has in his hand. And James might just consider scooping here. He might not want to give away any more information. Unless he has that War Monk to potentially take over the game, he's not going to work out so well. Alright, so James decides not to concede and reveals his hand.
I mean, you never know. Like, what's Sweet James' list here?
I mean, I think it has to be Rock's War Monk.
Yeah. And not sure that races it though. We'll go to 9.
And there's a Progenitus in his hand. That kind of sucks. Although you can't always pitch it to Force of Will.
So he took natural order?
Yeah. Writes down his hand. If anyone out there on Twitter has plays out a store with this kid, I'd be curious if you have any more information on him, because it sounds like it's really cool. I wonder if he's been playing for a while, or what his status in the game is. We don't really know a lot right now. Maybe we'll take him in the booth later. It's hard to say. And that's the game. James packs it in, and Andrew Kerrigan, AJ Kerrigan, takes Game 1 of this matchup. Oh man. And so they go to the sideboards. Who do you think is favored here after sideboarding? Let's see what we got. So for AJ, I think we just have a lot of wish targets and maybe some Pyroblasts we'll see coming out.
And his opponent has Spell Pierce, but that looks like it's his only card that he can bring in, and he only has 2 copies.
Wow, he has no anti-combo cards?
No.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, without any extra anti-combo cards, that could be rough. What do you think, Ben? I know you've played Storm before, right?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this matchup in general?
Well, it's really rough for AJ if James ever sticks a counterbalance.
Yes.
Does AJ have anything in his sideboard?
He just has Spell Pierce. Or yeah, he's got Pyroblast. AJ has Pyroblast. His opponent's likely bringing in Spell Pierces.
Pyroblast.
Croson Grip.
He may bring in Echoing Truth.
Eric Smith,
If he
head judge, sitting there.
if he tries to bounce counterbalance at end of turn with Echoing Truth and forces James to put a 2 on top, he can probably combo off from there if there's a 2 on top, as long as he ad nauseums instead of Burning Wishes.
Right.
So he may be boarding in Pyroblast and Echoing Truth.
I mean, he also has Croson Grip and Wipe Away in his sideboard, which he could potentially bring in, and those are both pretty good answers to a counterbalance.
Oh, okay, I didn't see those.
Yeah,
those,
I didn't catch them either. I thought they were just one-ofs, but...
I kind of like his chances with Grip and Wipe Away and Pyroblast.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem as bad as I would normally expect Storm vs. Counterbalance to be. He's got a decent sideboard for him.
Wow.
This is wonderful.
Oh, so he went 3-0 in the Legacy Challenge yesterday after missing the first round.
This is very cool. It's great to see a young player involved in a game like this. Without the JSS, I've been seeing less and less of these younger players recently. So it's cool to see one playing at this tournament and doing so well. Apparently, some people on Twitter have told us that he's like a big in the target circuit. That a bunch of people over there know him, and he's rising through the ranks quite quickly. So who knows? We may see him go into a pro tour or sometime soon, or maybe even in the top 8 of the Star City Games Open tournament here in Edison, New Jersey. For those of you just joining us, I'm Gavin Verhey here with Jacob Van Lunen and guest commentator Ben Hayes, and we're watching the match between James on the right, who's playing a counterbalanced Bant deck with natural order, and Andrew, AJ Kerrian on the left. Don't call him a small child, because even though that's what he is, he will smash you. We watched him play the Storm deck masterfully in the first game. He knew exactly what to do at every junction. Apparently, he's been playing in the target circle, and people know him from that area. And I wouldn't be surprised if he has the ability to be the next big thing. Apparently, he plays a lot.
Yeah, he apparently talks a lot of smack too when he plays. It's what's being said on Twitter right now.
It's I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, Ben, you fell to a quick couple losses here, but it's great to have you in the booth. I haven't really seen a lot of you this weekend. How did yesterday go for you?
Yesterday went all right. I started off pretty well and lost some rounds near the end. Ended up 7-3.
7-3.
Jerry, AJ, and I, and Drew were all playing Sparkblade.
Okay,
Angry Birds.
you all played the same list?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Linvala, which was really good. Yeah, I think the deck's still very good. Ben Lundquist was playing a Callblade version with Black yesterday,
yeah.
and that's actually something we've been testing. Although I wasn't quite comfortable enough with the list to play it this week, I may be playing it at the next Open.
Yeah,
It has a lot of potential.
Yeah, we talked to Jerry, and he said, I think this is the next evolution of the Cobblade deck. He was, like, Creeping Tar Pit especially was a card he was a big fan of.
Yeah, that was the biggest, we felt that was the biggest advantage from adding Black, was Creeping Tar Pit. And Inquisition is great.
Eating candy. He's adorable.
Candy, wash it down with some iced tea.
Yeah, you think he's adorable until he smashes you.
He appeared to be talking between games. I wonder if he was rubbing it in a little. Maybe James was thinking he should have countered the silence. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be interesting to see if maybe we can get him in the booth, but I'd love to hear his perspective on the game. So James still shuffling pretty heavily there, and AJ cuts it. And let's see if those cards are any better for James there. Got a Force of Will, a Tropical Island.
I thought I saw a Dryad Arbor.
I might have seen that too. I mean, I haven't caught a glimpse of Andrew's hand yet. I wonder how fast it is. Okay, I think that's a Dark Ritual.
AJ is playing with the same sleeves that Godanis is a big fan of. The bacon sleeves. Pro on so many levels.
Yeah, those are Legion's games, correct? Put those out. Yeah, those guys doing good work. All right, so James leads on Noble Hierarch, and down comes GTA on turn 2. That's a decent start, but GTA obviously isn't that awesome unless he goes for the Empty the Warrens plan.
Yeah, I'm interested about GTA here. Why that's still in the deck.
Well, it's what you know. The way that AJ played the first game, could James think he's on Belcher? Did he cast anything?
Cast
He
Silence,
has silence. Never
He
mind.
played multiple lands too.
Yeah, and he played the sounds. Yeah. No, you're right. Killing the life gain, or the life gain could definitely be relevant.
It may also be that he just had dead cards.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what it looks
sideboard,
like.
He really only has 2 cards to bring in, so I mean.
Yeah, and I mean, it just presents a larger clock. You know, you just bash for an extra 4 every turn. James gives Andrew the okay on a ponder. And AJ ponders carefully.
Ponders his options.
And he chooses the shuffle.
This is so much fun watching him play. I'm like, I can't even say anything.
It is pretty spectacular. It's just a joy.
Does anybody know how old he is on the Twitter feed?
Some Pandora Lion, Thomas Lion on Twitter, casually drinking his iced tea and swinging for 12 like a prodigy. There you go. All right, so
Such mastery.
it's
Is
great.
that an LED?
It looks like one. It's hard to say for sure. The glare on those sleeves is kind of weird. Also, he's holding them kind of close to the chest, so it's hard to get a glimmer of what he has. But I think I did see an LED. I thought I saw a dark red too, but I wasn't totally sure.
His right hand there. He's counting up storm count, doing math.
All right.
That's not an easy deck to play.
Yeah, no, I play Pauper online sometimes, and when I first got into it, I was talking to some people, like friends who are on the Pro Tour, and I was like, well, what's the best deck in Pauper? And at the time it was Storm, and they were like, Storm, but nobody can play Storm. And that's like not an uncommon consensus for Storm, so
Yeah.
it's really impressive that not only is he playing, but he's also playing one of the more complicated decks.
Yeah.
And in 3-0 yesterday and 2-0 today, you have to assume he is playing it well. Maybe an easy deck to play sloppily and get some wins, but you get a lot more mileage if you play it well.
Oh, it's really hard to play well. I played it at the Star City Games Open Series in Seattle last year, and there are so many things you have to know with this deck to play it correctly. I mean, he doesn't have Doomsday, which I guess makes it a little easier, but still, there are all kinds of small interactions you have to know with this archetype.
Yeah, I can vouch firsthand that Doomsday is not an easy deck to play.
Geez.
Doomsday may be the hardest deck to play of all time.
Like memorizing all those piles and...
Today was the first time I'd played with the card, and I've been playing Magic for a million years, and it was by far the hardest deck I've ever played.
Wow.
Yep.
Like much more difficult than Dredge, much more difficult than Storm.
It's interesting that we're watching this match with Ben Hayes, because Ben Hayes, this was you at neutral ground.
That was me at neutral ground. probably exactly that age,
Yeah.
Although I was not playing Storm. I was playing mono green and mono red decks against Tolarian Academy.
So you were on basically the opposite side of the spectrum here.
Yeah. This kid was beating me and James is playing green creatures. I was James.
Sounds about right. He shuffles and presents his deck back. James takes a chance to cut.
Oh, did we mention he's 13?
So we just got word that AJ is 13 currently.
He apparently is...
He'll be a junior in college when he's 17.
Yeah, so apparently he's already like a junior in high school, so he's very advanced intellectually.
That's really cool. I always approve of those kind of programs.
Smart.
I started college early, and it was a huge help to me, and I can feel, I know exactly what that's like.
You can use the Doogie Howser pickup line and everything.
AJ carefully deciding which cards he wants to put back here. Untaps, draws one of them. Do you think he has it this turn? James doesn't have a lot going on over there. All right, so there's Chromox.
We know James has a force, right? Do we know if he has a blue card?
Well, Andrew apparently is fearless.
That's why.
So Andrew goes for the silence.
Looks like he has a force.
Is that a brainstorm, maybe? No, it doesn't look like it.
Yes, I mean, he's not going to be able to do anything about this.
It doesn't look like there's anything to do. Or is that's not Progenitus in the middle, is it?
Well, I mean, even if he has a force here, like, he just forces the silence and it just creates more storm, right?
Right, I mean, the silence just has to resolve.
I think one's a plow. I think he has force plow and some card we can't see.
Alright, so he does end up forcing, pitching Warmuck. But he only has one card left, so all he can bluff is Daze, right?
Yeah.
And I think AJ is probably happy taking the extra storm. Let's see what AJ decides to do here.
At 3 right now? Mox, silence, and force?
Yep.
Storm's at 3.
Storm count 3. And I think here comes Dark Ritual. Yep, Dark Ritual. That's black, black, black. And storm count 4. And Dark Ritual again. Storm count 5. 5 black and mana pool.
Yep.
He has 3 or 4 cards left? 3 cards left?
Storm counts at 6 now.
Storm count 6. With 5 black still in his mana pool.
Storm count at 7.
Yep, 7 with 5 black.
His opponent's at 18, which...
yes.
His opponent can go up to 22, right? There are 2 counters on the GT. So if he's tendrilsing, it has to be for 11.
Correct. This kid is very good at this deck.
5. He goes down to 3
So
black.
is he responding to his own Infernal Tutor?
I don't know if he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, just to create the mana, right?
Well, but if he's just going to get Tendrils of Agony, or do you think he's going to get Ill-Gotten Gains? Does he have it? Yeah, he does have Ill-Gotten Gains.
That's why I'm confused that he didn't.
Well, you can just crack the Lion's Eye Diamond in response to the Ill-Gotten Gains. And
Yeah, he doesn't have no mana. Oh, no, he does, because of the ritual left over.
Right.
He still has 3, so he only needs to tap the land. Okay.
Right.
And then he still has the mana to pay for days. She's playing around,
The
right?
problem with ill-gotten gains is that James will get a force back, right? Oh, but wait, does he have a blue card anywhere?
No, he
Not
uses
his
blue
hand.
card to
His
warm
blue
up.
card's RFG'd.
Yeah.
So, unless the last card in his hand is a blue card,
It's a Swords, isn't it?
I think we confirm it. It's a sword.
Although, why would Swords be in his deck? I guess to instant speed gain some life.
I'm not sure. I was confused about that, but
Alright, so he cracks the Lotus Petal. Phase 1. Oh, he goes for Ad Nauseam.
right. Is he
Seems like a
cracking-
reasonable play.
Now is he cracking LED?
I mean, now you have to crack LED, right? Okay, so he chooses to not crack LED.
Oh, no.
Isn't he out of mana? Okay, wait, hold on.
What's going on?
Wait, what?
I mean,
Is he maybe keeping the LED in case he hits Infernal Tutor and mana?
Well, he has no mana floating, right?
maybe.
Has he played a land yet?
No, he has not played a
He
land.
hasn't played a land.
So he could play a land
So
or ritual.
Is he keeping LED so that he can empty his hand after he casts the Infernal Tutor?
Wow, that could be really next level. That might be the right play.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Because
and I
it-
mean, if he's gotten this far, I don't think he would have just forgotten to sack the LED
Right.
in response
I
to
agree.
the tutor and that. No, see him. I think
agree.
he has a plan.
Yeah, I agree. I also think he has a plan. I feel like he realized that his storm count wasn't going to be high enough, so he has to go for tendrils a different way, and this is the best way to do it. Build up more storm, crack LED with Infernal Tutor on the stack,
Yeah, and
and
if he
cast
goes
tendrils.
for ill-gotten gains and the last card in James' hand is a blue card, then he's just
Right.
then he just loses on the spot.
Right.
So this may be just safer.
Yeah, and this way, I mean, he still has plenty of mana. He can play a land, he can play Lotus Petal.
Now he has tons of mana, Lotus Petal.
And he's got tons of storm.
He has a Brainstorm, but did we see any other way? Did he get a Burning Wish?
I think we saw a Burning Wish.
Pile?
And yeah, and now look at this. It's just like the classic "Are you dead?" face. He's just laying everything out.
I think
James is just packing it in. And there's a hand clapping over there. I feel like I feel like the finals just finished and it's only round 3. Hey, will you take a picture with me?
You should.
All right.
I really want to know if he was
Yeah.
holding the LED sack.
I want to get him
in the booth.
We're getting him.
Yeah, we should get him over here.